Hello, everyone, and welcome back. Alex here today, and I'm going to cover a game that should be released later this year called Star Control Origins, coming out from Stardot Games. Now, for those of you who are not familiar with the Star Control franchise, Star Control, and particularly Star Control 2, have been regarded as the progenitors of such beloved franchises as Mass Effect and several others. A lot of them got their inspiration, and frankly, a lot of them got their start from Star Control 2. It was this incredibly wide open RPG set in space where you could explore, you could gather minerals, you could build a fleet, and you interacted with a whole myriad of alien races that every single one of them were memorable. Every single one of them had a great story to tell. Some were funny, some were very iconic, and the antagonists of Star Control 2 are incredibly memorable. I don't want to spoil it for you. It's really worthwhile if you have the time to go out and get Star Control 2, the Urquan Masters. It's free. It's an open license. You can download it onto your PC. I highly recommend that you get a chance to do that because it will grab you. It is a game that will grab you, and it is a fantastic game. And I recommend everyone who loves RPGs, who loves space exploration, definitely give Star Control 2 a try. And now here we are with Star Control Origins. Now, Star Control 2 came out in the early 90s. The 3DO version came out in the mid 90s. And frankly, we've had one sequel since then called Star Control 3, which everyone who's played it has usually gone into therapy and trying to erase it out of its minds because it was a complete disappointment. It was not that good. The races were not that good. The story was horrid. The music was outright painful to listen. True story, actually, I gave Star Control 3 to my girlfriend at the time, and she broke up with me a few months later. I don't know if Star Control 3 had anything to do with that, but I would not be surprised if that was one of the causes, and if that was the case, I would not blame her in the least. I'd break up with myself if I gave myself Star Control 3, just saying. So, Star Control Origins is now coming in and it's trying to clean the slate a little bit. We're going to try to preserve what made Star Control great from Star Control 2. The president and CEOs of Stardot Games said we're just going to throw out Star Control 3. It didn't happen. It's an alternative timeline, alternative universe, or it's just frankly a nightmare, and we're just going to toss it, basically. There were a few game mechanics in Star Control 3 which I did like, such as the colony system. I thought that was actually a pretty neat addition, but frankly, other than that, everything else was just thrown into the trash bin. Star Control Origins is really supposed to come back and take Star Control 2 and take it to the next level. From the trailers that I've seen, it looks promising. The one thing that is a little sad, though, is that I don't see any of the races that came from Star Control 2. Now, there is some legal back and forth going on between the creators of Star Control 2 and Stardot about who has what license, because the Star Control license, unfortunately, has gone through so many hands since the early 90s of acquisitions and bankruptcies of whoever held the license. It's just a tangled mess at this point. But from what we know legally, that Stardot did buy the license from, I believe it was Acclaim when they went under, whoever bought Acclaim, and they do have the official license to the Star Control universe. But there's still some back and forth going on, and unfortunately it got a little bit ugly, and I don't know if that's still going on or not. Hopefully not. But anyways, Star Control Origins is now cleaning the slate, and it's essentially taking the gameplay aspects and the RPG aspects of Star Control 2 and bringing a whole new story, whole new races, everything being rebooted. And this is kind of where I'm going to be like, well, this could be either really good or this could be a big disappointment, depending if you're a fan or not. There are several positive things that I do like about Star Control Origins. The graphics do look good. I like the cel shaded look. Sometimes it can work, sometimes it doesn't, but I think in this case it does work, and Stardot has a pretty good background in that type of art style for a lot of their games, and I think that's a good mix for Star Control. The voice acting is good. Now, the aliens from the first one I've seen, it's okay. It's to kick off the game. We'll see where it goes. We have the antagonist already. Basically, it's your generic alien species that's just going to kill everybody, but I really hope they put in a really good backstory to the Scrivey, I think that's how you pronounce it, and what their motivation is to do this, other than just being evil. I mean, so many games and movies do that, and that was one of the hallmarks that Star Control did really well, is that their antagonists, yeah, they did very evil things, but when you actually learn the whole story of why, you could actually almost see yourself saying, you know what, I don't think I would do that, but I can see the motivation of why they would do that. And that is a hallmark of a really good antagonist, and that really stuck with me from Star Control 2 with the Urquan. So with the Scravy here, well, we'll see what their motivation is, but hopefully it's not the generic we're evil and, you know, we have to fight them. You know, I want something more three-dimensional, something with more depth that Star Control 2 did bring, and really run with it. The other thing I really like from what I've seen of the trailer so far is the planetary exploration. Now, this is the part I will give Star Control Origins taking the next leg, or taking the next leap from Star Control 2. Star Control 2, it was a generic 2D plane map, and you have this little lander that went around and gathered resources, and yes, it could be destroyed from earthquakes and little tiny critters biting at you, but this one, it's a spherical shape, and it does look to be a lot more engaging than the lander sequence in Star Control 2, so I am positive about that. That does look good. So everything else, we'll have to wait and see. The space combat looks to be a hallmark coming back from actually all three of them, Star Controls 1, 2, and 3. And they're going to keep that and they're going to run with it. Looks like there may be some spaceship customization involved, like they brought in from Galactic Civilization. You know, that could be a play mechanic that Stardock can insert into Star Control. We'll see if that's going to work really well. But I have high hopes, but, you know, I've been through this before. I have been through sequels to games that I loved, and it's just a letdown, a disappointment. Star Control 3 being one of them. So I have faith, but it's going to be a guarded faith. You know, I'm going to look, you know, trust but verify here with Stardock and what they're going to do with Star Control Origins. But from what I've seen, I am guardedly positive and guardedly optimistic of what they're going to bring, and I'm looking forward to it. So anyways, this is my first impressions from the E3 trailer and what Star Control is, and really, I think, hopefully where it's going. I'm looking forward to it. It'll be coming out later this year from what I know, and hopefully we'll get our hands on it and try it out. Alright, thanks a lot, guys. Stay tuned. We'll see what comes down the pike, and we'll go from there. Take care, guys. Have a good day.